This is not for every business, because I should clarify, because some companies start, like I think when you started cementation, Roy, I mean, you'd been in the business, that you started with big projects, but a lot of companies start and you just, especially if you're a young entrepreneur, you do not realize, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. So the first
Yeah.
year is just, you don't even realize it's chaos. That's how ignorant you are. You're just doing stuff, thinking you know the business, and then you
You're just
realize,
walking into people's businesses, being like, "You should buy from us because
yeah,
we're new and we're pretending we know what we're doing."
yep. But sometimes you don't even know you're pretending. You actually think you
You
know.
don't. No, you don't.
Well,
That's the crazy thing.
Oh, I think I found the
say what I told our people is that we didn't know what we couldn't do,
That's exactly right.
right?
That's
So
exactly right.
someone come around with a big project, we can do that.
Yeah.
I remember bidding a project in Africa for a company, and luckily they said, "Well, no,
Yeah.
they don't think you can do that,"
Easy, Roy. Easy.
which was good.
And
Wow,
and that
that
does
sounds like what Jared does to me.
all the time. Yeah. Well, and it does tie back, because like yesterday, as he's trying, she's like reaching out to the panther, wanting. I'm like, "Do you want to pat it?" She nods her head, yes. I'm like, "No, you don't."
Oh, I found the picture.
You found the picture. Oh,
Oh,
see, I mean, she got cuter.
She got cuter.
That's funny. Wow. But then I thought about the next 3 to 5 years, which is that's where you're trying new things. You are developing sort of your baseline. You figure out how to build your team, how to manage your cash. You figure out like things that actually are working. And then I think that 6 to 8 years, again, it changes for everybody, but this is kind of our experience. And Rory, you can jump in, of course. But I wrote a couple notes here. Yeah, you triple down on the value. You start to understand how to manage your time. You start to really understand like even how to manage cash. There's certain patterns in your business. You start to go, oh, the summers are the time that, it gets a little quiet, but falls and,
hello, July.
hello, July. So you kind of go through the pattern of not knowing anything. Then you kind of learn, you're learning the business. And then you're learning how to sort of implement in those, I feel like 6 to 8 years, you're learning how to really double and triple down on the winning strategies. But then there's that next, which I think this is where it trips up a lot of people, is then you get comfortable.
Oh, that's
now
bad.
you know the business. Now you know how to collect a paycheck through the business and do well, the little profit margin. And I think then that's when you need to start looking for, last episode I talked about, kind of creating these different islands where you're pulling in different markets slightly, not trying to compete in them, but just trying to add them on. Then you need to start to take risks, which I think ties really back to what you're saying, Roy, though, is don't take your big risks with your winning stuff, but find these areas where you can afford to take risk. And I think that's where, because now you've got a base. You took all this risk when you were new, and now companies, you start to see them get scared when they're 9, 10, 20 years old. It's like, you've got the company now. And now you're pulling back. And then you see someone like an Amazon or a Tesla. And again, we're not that. But they're willing to take these risks. And you see it in smaller companies too. You'll see that company that's just always willing to just, okay, let's tack on something else. Let's try something else. And it's a really dangerous trap.
Okay.